So do you want to do it?
No, you can do it.
Oh, come on, you can do it.
Hello, folks. Welcome to this week's show.
What the heck is that? No, do it like I do it. Just like I do it every week. Do it.
Okay. Hello, folks. Welcome to this week's show.
I do not sound like that. Hey, folks. Welcome to this week's show. This week, I'm trapping with this little brat, my favorite trapping partner, Payton. We're chasing coyotes in our backyard. This
is trapping time.
Well, look who I got out of bed this morning to go check traps. Gets old seeing those dogs bouncing. This is my story. This is my time. This is Trapping Time. Trapping Time is brought to you by Trapping Girl Incorporated, Night Owl Lures, Old South Lures, Southern Snares and Supply, Smokey's Deer Lure, Trap Shed Supply, Webster's Predator Control, Duke Traps, Wolf Creek Products, Sawmill Creek Baits and Lures. Well, look who I got out of bed this morning to go check traps. All right, let's walk down here and see if there's anything. This field's like right by our house, and we actually hear them in here all the time, but it's been kind of dead. I put a couple sets in last night, so hopefully it connects. Look here. See it?
Uh-huh.
That's a coyote. Boy, that's a pretty one. Well, as you can see, it's starting to rain pretty good now. And this is our typical Pennsylvania season. It's been raining all the time. It's been nasty, hasn't it, Pete?
Yeah.
But it's New Year's Eve, and I made this set last night. Anytime you get that free chance to throw a couple extra sets in, you got to take advantage of it. And I came up here in this, I live right here. I live 300 yards, 400 yards from here, and I hear them up in here all the time. I've had a few sets up here, but they're just not connecting. And I came up here, I was like, these coyotes got to be in here somewhere. So I came up here and I seen this big bare dirt spot. And there's been some well activity over the years, and I think that's one reason the grass hasn't been growing here. But there was so much coyote sign right here, and I made probably one of the most simple sets you've ever seen. I bedded my trap, I drove a hole straight down in it, and put a little bit of lure in it, and that's all I did. A lot of times, guys, it doesn't take a lot of baits and lures. When the coyotes are using these areas anyways, all you do is just need enough to get their attention to come up and put their foot on that pan, and that's what happened with this young dog here. And luckily, I was able to get Payton out of bed, and we're checking some traps today. Anytime I can get her out, it's a lot of fun. So, all right, let's get this coyote out of here. He's got really good fur. He's not rubbed up like most of ours are this time of year, but we'll get him out here, and I'll show you how we remade this set. Hey, when we come back, we're going to show you the remake on this coyote.
See you after the break.
From the hills of West Virginia, Smokey's Deer Lures presents the first and only real pre-orbital gland lure in the world. Applying pre-orbital gland lure to a licking branch will allow you to take a complete inventory of the bucks at your favorite hunting spot. Get yours at smokiesdeerlure.com.
This portion of the show has been brought to you by the Duke Pro Series 550 Offset Cool Spring Trap. Be sure to check it out wherever Duke traps are sold.
Hey folks, if you're looking for a lure that is bold and aggressive, K9 Cutter fits the bill. From its unlikely blend of gland material, curiosity, and food ingredients, along with a dose of skunk on par with many LDC lures, this is a one predator lure, covers all the bases. Works great down a dirt hole or on a flat set. Definitely can't miss with this great lure.
Alright, now this dirt in here is so loose that it doesn't even pack. I mean, we can't get a hard bed around the outside. And luckily, it's not going to rain. I mean, it's going to rain, but it's not going to freeze up for a few days. Our line, we got a couple more days out, so we're just going to come in here and we can actually take our hand and dig our trap bed, which makes it really nice when you get this situation, because it doesn't happen very often. This loose dirt, we're just going to pound ourselves a bed back in there again. I think this is how the guys in the south do it. They get to trapping sand and everything else. We're not that lucky up here in the north, but we're going to make sure everything's working on our trap using the Duke 175. Okay. I want that at a hair trigger that look flat enough to you. All right. Make sure our anchor's down in. I actually had a guy message me yesterday on Facebook and tell me he watched a coyote pull out right in front of him, and it makes you absolutely sick. Back when I used to use rebar stakes, before I realized that when you're focusing on coyotes that you have to double stake them. Had the same problem myself, watched one get out and wasn't very good. All right, now we're going to come up here. We're just going to take our driver right here in front of Payton, drive it straight down. And that's all the hole I had. Just enough to... just enough to give him a little more of a lure holder than anything, not so much a dirt hole. And then take a little bit of peat moss to get over top of our trap. I like to just get enough to cover the pan. So that kind of gives you an idea of how much peat moss I'm actually putting on there. And then because it's not going to rain, we're going to take some of this dirt here and we're going to blend this all back in to try to get it looking as natural as it possibly we can. Because we don't want him hesitating. We just want him coming up here. We're going to save that poop. You want to start a poop collection? All right. Kind of blend that in. And there we go. There's the finished set. Now we had a little bit of coyote action here last night. So the only thing I want to do is, I've got a new type of gland lure that I'm playing with here. And we're just going to take a little bit of it and put down in the hole. It's more than just gland. It's got a little extra to it. So we're going to try it and see if it's enough to connect again. Pretty cool, huh, Pete? Glad you got out of bed for this?
Yeah.
Yeah. I like it when she goes with me. We always have a lot of fun. We always catch stuff. You're good luck. All right, let's get this coyote out of here and head on to the next one. No, don't worry. I'll get everything. You just look pretty. Dragon. So what's up next?
When we come back, we're heading to the trapping time set of the week.
Hey folks, be sure to check out our all-star lineup for the upcoming season. New for 2018 is the hard-hitting Blackout Predator bait. If you're looking for a beaver-based bait with some kick, this is it. We're also proud to add to the batting order our line of mouse-based baits. If you're looking for a mice bait so pure it's practically eating cheese in the container, then you will want to try Payton's Pretty Mouse. Maybe you're looking for a bait with some long-range appeal for those cold winter nights, then you've got to try Payton's Dirty Mouse. When you're serious about trapping predators like we are, then be sure to make your next purchase at Trapping Time TV.
Hey folks, Robby Gilbert here, host of Trapping Time TV. Hard to believe, Season 5. We'd like to give a big shout out to all the fans who made this possible. To show our appreciation, we're offering 10% off our entire website from now until December 31st, 2019. Just enter coupon code TRAP10. We carry a full line of trapping supplies such as Duke traps, Webster's Predator Control baits and lures, Sawmill Creek, Trap Set Supply, Old South lures, Night Owl lures, and many more. Before your next trapping purchase, enter TRAP10 and take advantage of all the great deals at TrappingTimeTV.com.
Hey folks, welcome to this Trapping Time set of the week. This week, I'm going to throw a scenario at you. All right, you've been trapping a property and you're starting to get dig outs and you don't know why. You might think it's a coyote, maybe a coon, but you're trying to figure out a way to catch this because he keeps working your dirt holes and blowing out your trap. I'm going to show you guys a little set that started out as a way to catch trap shy or digger coyotes, but I've evolved it into another set that if you want to use it just as a regular set, even if you didn't have a problem on your line, that it'll be equally as effective. It's called the offset dirt hole.
Now, so just so you get an idea of what we got going on here, right here's our dirt hole. And we have taken all this dirt out of the inside. We want this kind of oversized. We want this dirt right here. I want it exposed. I want them to come in and want to dig it. Everybody knows that canines are attracted to loose dirt, especially when it's fresh like this. So what we're going to do is we're going to play off that instinct of theirs. Now, if you're trying to figure out where the trap's going to be at, right here's our dirt hole. I call it offset. Anybody that ever watched the show, offset to me, it's from anywhere off the center. I want my trap right here. We're going to use our cookie cutter, which I'm going to get some close-ups of this, so don't worry, guys. You'll get to see what's happening right here. My cookie cutter is going to be right about where my cookie cutter's at is exactly where my trap's going to be. I want it offset a little bit. We're going to blend this in, so when this coyote comes in to work this dirt, because he's been in here digging all the time, flipping our traps, taking our bait, we don't want him to even think about what's over here. So when he comes in, bam, we're going to get him. I'll get you in close, and I'll show you what we're talking about. Like I said, now here's our dirt hole. Where my cookie cutter at is that's exactly where we're going to put the trap. Get your cookie cutter. Dress that hole up a little bit as the sod don't come all the way out. Now we're not going to drive this trap down in because this is teaching purposes, but that cookie cutter, that trap's bedded solid. It's not going anywhere. Touch it if you have to. It's not going anywhere. We're going to put some peat moss over this and we're going to blend it in. Now we're going to blend this thing in. Get you a set of shears. A lot of you guys like to blend your sets in anyways, so a lot of you guys probably already have them in here. This little set works great for, especially if you guys are running drags. You run that cutter and all you got to do, you're not even anchoring. You're going to try and get as much grass as you can around it. We want this thing to look as natural as possible. We want, when these coyotes come in here, all they're thinking about is putting their paws in this dirt. And like I said earlier, so a lot of times you guys get these diggers. I know we all like to think that they're coyotes coming after it, but it's not always true. Sometimes they are raccoons that are fooling with us. All right, guys, now we're going to lure this up. Now, if we've had coyotes coming in and fooling with it, a lot of times we may just throw a little bit of bait down in there and be done with it because you already got coyote smell. But being a deer hunter, I like to use what I call the scrape method. I want an animal, especially if this is a new set. If you're not here trying to catch a digger coyote and this is a new set for you, a lot of times what I like to do, I like to mix it up a little bit. We're going to take some of our final step from Sawmill and we're going to put it in the bottom. That's going to be our attractant. That's going to be the bait. That's what we want them in there. Just put something about the size of a quarter, maybe a little bit more. Just enough to get their attention. This has a really great smell to it. It'll be enough to attract them. Now here's where the deer hunting part of me comes out. I'm going to put 2 different coyote smells. We're going to use some Coyote Gland number 1 from Trap Shed Supply. And I like using 2 different lure makers when I do this because I know for a fact they've gotten them from 2 different animals, so it really makes this set more effective. We're going to take some of the Trap Shed's Coyote Gland number 1. We're going to put it right here. Then we're going to take some of Southern Snares and Supplies One Night Stand. And we're going to put it there too. So now we've got 2 different dog smells. So when that third dog comes in, they're social animals. When they come in, they're going to be sniffing, they're going to be trying to figure out what's going on. It takes a little bit of the fear factor out of them, because when they come in here, they know there's already been 2 coyotes here and it smells like there's something down in here. It's freshly dug. It's going to take that fear element out of them, that they're not going to worry about what's over here. Let them come in here and dig. Like I always say, let them dig all they want. The longer they spend time there moving their paws, the better chance I've got of catching them. So if you use this little trick, whether you're trying to fix a problem on a trap line or it's just a new fresh set that you're wanting to throw out, I guarantee it's going to make you more successful.
Well, you see, trappers are a special breed of people. We're dedicated, committed, and passionate about what we do and who we are. Each and every one of us has an intense desire to be the very best we can. So in the world of skinny jeans, man buns, and pumpkin spice lattes, sometimes you just have to stop, push back, and tell the world, that's not me. Whether you're from the far north or in the deep south and anywhere in between, Southern Snares can help you succeed at getting the job done and being who you are.
From the hills of West Virginia, Smokey's Deer Lures presents the first and only real pre-orbital gland lure in the world. Applying pre-orbital gland lure to a licking branch will allow you to take a complete inventory of the bucks at your favorite hunting spot. Get yours at smokiesdeerlure.com.
Folks, if you use that little tip there, it's guaranteed to put some fur in your shed. Now let's head to the woods. An old fella always told me, if you learn how to put coyotes up in numbers, you got to catch them in the woods. And that's where me and Payton are headed. All right, guys, this here was kind of like a makeshift cubby. As you come out these old logging roads, especially after they've timbered and it's been here for a while, you get all this high yellow grass right here. Well, as I come around this bend, there's like 3 logging roads that all come together right here. It's just a perfect intersection. You know, somebody asked me a long time ago, they go, how do you put up such big numbers of coyotes? Learn to catch them in the woods. Here in our part of, in the east, we don't have the big fields. Yeah, we catch them in hay fields, but if you want to put up big numbers of coyotes, you got to catch them here in the woods. What do you think of that there, Payton? Pretty cool, huh? All right. So Payton and I are going to come in here and remake this set, and I'm going to let her do all the dirty work. How's that sound?
Sounds good.
Sounds good? All right. Now what you want to do, babe, get in here and pull all this garbage. Trap's already set. It's out of the way. Grab all this garbage here and pull it out.
This?
Yep. All right. So, right here's our trap bed. Get all this garbage. You want to make sure that that swivel still works. Make sure everything's good. We don't want him getting out of here, do we? All right. So, take your hammer. I want you to beat around a little bit of a circle right around here. Just kind of keep it close to, I want you hitting it right in here, I guess. See that thing right there? When that cable comes out, pound that thing down in the ground.
This thing?
Yep, pound it right in the ground. Hit it hard. Hit it hard. Hit it hard. Hit it hard. All right, that's good. All right, I'm gonna take it. All right, now once you set this trap, all right, don't touch it here. This is the bad area. This is the part that gets you bit. Keep your fingers here and here. As long as you don't touch this, nothing's gonna be any problems, all right? So we're gonna pound this. What I like to do is make a little bit of a hole. That way your chain is gonna go down in there. So grab your trap. Remember, don't touch your mare. Grab it here like this. Okay?
Okay.
Turn it this way, other way. We're right-handed, so we want this to the right. I'll lay it right down there. Okay? Make sure that chain's down in there. Take it right here. Here. We gotta, Daddy's gonna make it a little bit easier for you. Alright, I'll take that trap, put it back down in there. You can grab it like that. You don't have to, if you can hold it with one hand, okay, put it down in there. Make sure that's down in there. I want you to grab it right here and push it down. right here. Push it down. Ready. Sometimes you gotta wiggle it a little bit. Okay, now put your fingers on it. You don't want it to move. Tap it all the way around. Don't touch air. That's a bad spot. Alright, now you're good. Now get your peat moss and start sprinkling over top of it. You can take it and sprinkle it right out of the thing. Okay, stop. Alright, a little trick Daddy likes to do, take your glove and pull your fingers out. Alright, now use that to sweep it across. Keep going. Good job. Keep going. Just a little bit more. Alright, grab another little thing of peat moss. See, because right here, look, right there's our pan, so we know where it's at. So just sprinkle a little bit more on top of it. Alright, that's good. Daddy will help you out there a little bit. Okay, now we've got that part done there. So now we're going to try to remake this as a cubby again. But how do we do it with all this garbage like this? So, we're going to take and get us a little bit of a hole started there, like so. The animal's going to come across here. So we want him focused in right there, right? Alright. So we'll just take some of this garbage that he's got there. We'll take our hammer and dig us a little bit of a hole. Just something to give him a little bit more to focus on. Now grab that grass that Daddy had there. Alright. So we're going to take some of this and cover this trap up. Once kind of blend in, right? We don't want to give these coyotes any reason to think there's nothing there. Alright, and we're going to take this here and we're just going to pile up even more. How's that look? Good? Alright. Take your gloves off. Because now we're going to bait it up. There's your bait fork. And here's some back 40. Gross, huh? Alright. Get you a little bit of bait. And put it back in there. Here. Just go like this here. Just like that. And push it back in there so you can't see it, okay? And then we're going to do... Here, I know you can put this on. This smells good. You'll like the smell of that. Smell it. Spotted flattail by Old South. Alright, now take a stick, dip in it. Get you a good bit of it on there. It's sticky.
This is a thorn.
Okay, now put it right there.
Just like it?
Yep, just like right on there. Just like so. There we go. We got a finished set. Maybe we'll get lucky and catch us another coyote, or we'll catch us a cat in here. How'd that be?
Be good.
Be good. Alright, let's pick our garbage up and see if we can catch something else. Good job. Yeah, there's just something about trapping coyotes in the woods. Being from southwestern Pennsylvania, a lot of the dogs we catch, that's the easiest place to catch them. Be sure to join us next week. We're chasing red fox in our backyard, Pennsylvania. You know, red fox got a special place in my heart. You know, 20 years ago, that's what we were after. Hey, folks, I hope you had a great time. As always, I love trapping with Payton. So did you have fun with old Dad?
It's always fun.
It is always fun. We always have a blast. And like we always say, this is what it's all about for us. What do we always say?
Keeping the tradition alive here on
Trapping Time.